one of the things that you'd offered me early on that I didn't think about was acting on a retainer. And I'd never thought about having an accountant on a retainer. I didn't really know the difference between like who does the bookkeeping and like who does BAS, and I thought that was all related, and I didn't know the difference. So you told me the difference in that. The other thing is that having the confidence of someone on retainer that I can call you, that's big for me when I don't know the answer and I don't know what I'm doing in Xero or any other accounting software that I'm using. So like for me, that gave me some confidence that I knew I had help. Yep. So you need an accountant on retainer. Yeah, man. Because I've spoken to businesses that don't have that. So therefore they don't have someone on call that can give them advice. Yeah. I know that business is going to make a mistake in their BAS or when they do PAYG, and they might not be paying their superannuation every month. Maybe they're trying to do it quarterly and they haven't saved the right amount of cash flow. And when it's early, small business, and even for me, coming like 8 years in, cash flow month to month, it was like the number one most important thing, and I need help managing that.
All right. That's so good, man. I'm glad you said all those things because you're just saying all the things that I wish all my clients understood all the time. So that's a very good message. What I want to ask you is we were a small firm at the time. We're still considered in a small, medium category, but there was obviously a lot bigger firms like tech specialty firms, a lot of other options. What was your key driver behind the decision to go with Latitude Accountants as opposed to one of these either larger or startup orientated firms at the time?
The easy word is trust. We were actually courted by like a top 5 firm as well to work with them early on. So the context for this is early on, Chrissy had trouble trying to raise money for the business because we thought that we wanted some venture capital, and people didn't understand the space. They didn't number one, they didn't understand social media, and they didn't understand tech at the time. And Sydney was a very small community. Over time, it got more successful and people wanted to put money into Plan, and we continued to say no to that. And we were courted by different businesses that wanted us to pay them for the services, including accounting. But for me, the reality is like I know you and I trust you. And the thing that I couldn't discern very well when I'm speaking to someone who wants my business is what are you saying to me that is the truth and what are you saying to me that I want to hear? Yep. And someone can whiteboard a scenario to me and I could have met you 3 or 4 times. Yeah. But I know that you want my money. Yeah. And I don't know how to separate that.
Yeah. And I think you made a good decision, like in honest truth, not just because it's us, but I look back at our relationship. You're a successful tech startup from nothing to multi-digit exit to huge company Linktree. Like it's the success story everyone wants. But I look at it and I go, we made some mistakes that we had to learn from, and because we were a small firm, some because we had to learn, some we were a small firm, that maybe some of these bigger firms wouldn't have made. But I guarantee you, when things were hard, those bigger firms wouldn't have had the sleepless nights I had where I was stressing whether it was the meta issue, whether it was the cash flow issue, whether it was R&D issues or tax issues or due diligence or the buyout at the end, the exit. I rode those experiences like it was my own business because of the care that we have for our clients and the relationship we have. Yeah. And I don't think, if I was she was on the other foot and I was the guy doing the startup, I don't think going to like big end of town or biggest, most flashy firm or whatever, you're going to get that experience. And I think at the end of the day, that counts for something.